Hi everybody, Melissa Huff here. As we do our final project for this class, I chose to talk about Reinhard Bonnke. He is a evangelist, I would say, who primarily made his mission Africa. He had a healing ministry for sure. He is the son of a pastor. Around the age of 9 years old, he decided to dedicate his life to Jesus. And it was around 10 years old that he developed a passion for the whole, for Africa. I don't really know the exact story. I just know that he chose Jesus at 9. When he first started Tent Ministries, he was 19 years old, and he was so frustrated with their progress because the message just wasn't getting out. They weren't having great turnouts. And it was really discouraging to him because he had been given a vision of Africa being blood washed and just really coming to the Lord. And so that is where his heart was. He really wanted to see Africa come to the Lord. I would say his main message was these signs will follow them that believe. I never personally really heard him speak too much. I've heard a few things, but you could really hear in his voice the Holy Spirit. Like, he had some authority, and he was definitely a powerhouse and very intense person. God just really operated through him, through his healing ministry. I mean, he had so many testimonies of things that God was doing for him in Africa. I really appreciate his determination and I'll just go with determination. During adversity, he tried to speak in Nigeria, and they accused him of trying to overthrow Islam, and riots ensued, and it was just a really big, dangerous thing for him. And he just kept persevering. No matter what challenges he faced, he kept on trying to obey and do what the Lord wanted him to do. And for me, that is so important. It's something I want to learn how to do too. I desperately need to learn to be more obedient, for sure. His ministry has grown so far. He started CFAN, Christ for All Nations, the church, and they have several plants all over the United States and in some places the world. And I want to be able to follow in the footsteps of having authority and power, but I also want to make it not about me. I want Holy Spirit to have all of the credit because he's the one who makes all of this possible to begin with. I know that we were only supposed to pick one person for this, but I decided that I also wanted to talk about David Hogan. He's one of my favorite speakers, and he I think he's a 10th generation preacher. He grew up, in the faith, and he actually turned away from it for a long period of time due to the hypocrisy that he was seeing in the church. And I mean, I think we all struggle with that to some degree, but it kind of made him cantankerous and bitter towards the Lord. And one day when he was heading for a job, I think to Alaska, he was getting ready to get on a plane, and his wife and mother said, "Lord, save him or kill him." And he got on the plane, and all of a sudden over the speaker, he heard God speaking. Well, he heard someone talking about the gospel and just preaching, and he got really upset and told the stewardess that how dare they preach on an airplane. And she said, "Sir, no one's talking." And he finally realized that it was the Holy Spirit and God. And so after some, argument and deliberation, he gave his life to Jesus. And he turns out that if the plane hadn't landed, like, I guess it was a miracle that the plane landed safely, because it would have crashed. And so God chose to save him instead of kill him, for sure. Following that, he moved his whole family to Mexico, where he does that's where he primarily works, is in Mexico. It's the his home base. He is based out of Texas as well, but primarily works in Mexico. When he moved his home family there, he pretty much took them with nothing but the clothes on their back. So they had no food, no way of getting food. Like, they moved to one of the worst areas of Mexico where the cartel is really tough. And if it wasn't for the neighbors around them providing them with food and taking care of them, they probably wouldn't have survived. He's really just a powerhouse. He's somebody who has faced a lot of persecution and adversity. I mean, he's seen his own family members die, and he's been cursed by witches, and it's just the cartel, a lot of threats from the cartel. He personally has raised over 30 people from the dead, and his group has raised over 500. And I mean, he's had to be raised from the dead, and so was his grandson. And he's just faced a lot of adversity, but continued to push on and continue fighting. And that's something definitely to be desired and admired in today's day and age. I also really appreciate that he doesn't have a specific healing ministry, although he does heal. I've seen it personally. But he has a ministry that focuses on all gifts of the Spirit. It's just unity with Jesus and unity with the Holy Spirit and walking with authority. He talks about, like, his encounters with the Shekinah glory, and I just really admire his intensity and his unity with the Holy Spirit. I want to have that close, intimate relationship like he has. Like, he will fast for months at a time to get an answer to prayer, and I just really want to be able to go in deeper and be at that same level where Holy Spirit is my provider for everything. Yeah, I think that's it. If you haven't heard of him, I would definitely recommend him. He doesn't have, a specific message that he preaches. He just shares his testimony and equips others to do the same thing that he's doing, which I really admire. There's a lot of people out there who, make it about them, and he really makes it about the Holy Spirit. So, yeah, look him up. He's really a powerhouse, and someone I hope to be even just an ounce like. I hope you guys have a great rest of your semester, and I thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Have a great day. Bye.